Hey folks, this is Rhykker with some Diablo and Overwatch leaks. Sombra and the Necromancer. I just want to say real quick though that this weekend I'll be attending Blizzcon and will bring you guys the latest breaking news in Overwatch and Diablo via Twitter, so follow me there. And as well, when we return, we're going to make some wrap-up videos on all the awesome announcements. Now, here's the too long didn't watch version of this video. A few weeks ago, an Overwatch leak showed an alleged image of Sombra, an in-game model, and gave us details on an upcoming Halloween brawl. The brawl turned out to be 100% correct, so that gave a lot of credibility to the image of Sombra. Now, a new leak shows artwork of Sombra that looks just like that in-game model, and along with this image came some artwork of a male and female Necromancer, which could suggest a new class coming to Diablo. That's a too long didn't watch. Now, this whole story started last night. Reddit user MetalX posted to the Diablo subreddit saying that the Necromancer was confirmed to be coming as a class to Diablo 3. He claimed to have information from the Blizzard page itself, but he would not post anything publicly. He said he wanted to protect his sources and that he would only share what he learned with a mod. So the Diablo subreddit mods get in contact with him, they talk, they look at his evidence, and they then confirm to us that what he showed them was legitimate. But they did not necessarily agree that it meant a confirmation of the Necromancer class. They thought it could just be concept art and pointed to maybe it being related to Zool, the Necromancer in Heroes of the Storm. Now at this point, I contact MetalX and I link him to some old artwork from a Blizzard employee's personal portfolio of a Necromancer and ask, is this what you found? Because if so, that would have been nothing. Dude replies to me, no, that's not it. So I message him again asking, just out of curiosity, why don't you want to post the links? Like, in what way does posting a link to some artwork give away your source? And it wasn't long after that he then publicly posted the link to the image. So I start talking to Diablo subreddit mod Thunderclaw, and we're doing some digging. We're trying to find out anything that we can about this image. I looked up the signature, and the name seemed vaguely familiar to me. So I started doing some digging, and I do manage to track down who it is, and it was who I thought it was. And who it was turns out to be quite important. We'll cover that in a bit. But meanwhile, Thunderclaw points out to me that the Metal EXE guy posted in the Overwatch subreddit with the leaked artwork of Sombra. Now, these here are the URLs of the two images. Don't bother trying to go to those links anymore. They will not work. Blizzard took them down within an hour or two of the leak happening. So for this to happen late last night, this was, around 11 to midnight Eastern time. This was past Blizzard working hours. They acted fast to hide these things. So again, you can see that the URLs are pretty similar. They're on the gear.blizzard.com website, which is Blizzard's merch shop. They're in several subfolders, and the files themselves are prefaced with BZC16, which is most likely short for BlizzCon 16. In other words, these will be made public during BlizzCon. Seems to be the best interpretation for that. Now again, these are from Blizzard's website, so these are legitimate. They are not fakes. What they are and what the implications of all this are up for interpretation, but what is not up for interpretation is whether these are authentic or not. So let's start by looking at the Sombra artwork here, which again looks just like the leaked character model. She's got energy coming out of her crazy hacker fingers. Now, we already know from the leaked model that Sombra has a submachine gun, so odds are this is not her primary attack like a Winston, arc of electricity all in front of her. So this is either her ultimate ability or some secondary power. She seems to possibly be controlling one of those giant Rock'em Sock'em robots from Volskaya Industries. But theory crafting aside here, the artist of this image, you can see John Polidora. You look up this guy, you can find his ArtStation profile, you can find his LinkedIn profile. His little write-up says, I'm a senior concept artist, illustrator, and character designer employed at Blizzard Entertainment for 10 plus years, who is currently working on Overwatch. So, before this, one theory could have been that this was just artwork, just fan artwork. In both cases, for both these images. Maybe Blizzard just picked some fan art that they want to showcase at BlizzCon, stuff that wasn't canon or official in any way, but at least for this image, we know now that this is official. This was made by a dude who designs Overwatch characters. So at this point, it is 99% confirmed that this is what Sombra looks like. The 1% is in case this is all an elaborate hoax and ruse from Blizzard to mislead us and misdirect us. And they're going to reveal Sombra to be someone who looks entirely different. But that's a ton of work and effort put into a fake character design just to throw us off. So our next image, the Necromancer, right? Could this just be Zool from Heroes of the Storm? You know, he's got those same weapons, he's a Necromancer. I mean, if you look really close, you'll note that he doesn't quite look the same. His armor has this red color that Zool doesn't have. There's sort of this web design. Not internet web, but like spider web design a bit to it. And the weapons, while similar, they don't look exactly the same. And overall, I don't think I would say that this is Zool. Plus, he suddenly has a wife or something. The fact that there's the male and the female is suggestive of a character class to pick. Because in Diablo 3, every class has a male and a female counterpart. So this would be a good way to depict what the male and female Necromancer would look like. Now, the artist, Jay Mueller, is John Mueller, who is an art director at Blizzard. And as per his LinkedIn profile, he's been working for Blizzard since January 2016. The interesting thing is that it doesn't specify what game he's an art director on. So I tried tracking this down, and I remember hearing some rumors that he was hired as the art director for the Diablo project. Again, long time ago, Blizzard was hiring for an art director in the Diablo universe. The job posting disappeared at some point, and as far as I'm aware, I've seen no mention of an announcement of who that hire was. There were rumors that Mueller might be that guy since he was working for Blizzard, but there was no direct evidence tying him to Diablo. Only that some of his artwork on his personal portfolio seemed suggestive of that right tone. A lot of it was, more sci-fi. It didn't really fit into the dark fantasy, but the art style seemed like it could be made to fit that dark, gritty horror of Diablo. So I do some more digging, and I find this blog post here talking about Blizzcon. This is an official Blizzard blog post, and when they're describing a certain panel, they actually outright state that he is the Diablo art director. It reads here, get the inside scoop on what's in store for Diablo 3. Join us as lead designer Kevin Martins, senior game designer Wyatt Chang, lead visual effects artist Julian Love, and art director John Mueller, the same John Mueller who did this Necromancer artwork, share the gritty details on the celebration plans that lie ahead for all our eager Nephilim. Again, I don't recall seeing an official announcement here, so maybe they accidentally let the cat out of the bag. I don't know, but this all but confirms that this is not Heroes of the Storm related. Now, does this confirm that the Necromancer as a class is coming to Diablo 3, be it in a patch 2.5 or an expansion? We don't know for sure. In theory, this could just be some cool artwork for merchandise. But again, it does seem odd to have the male and the female, which again, it seems very much like concept art to show off a new class. Also, this being leaked alongside the Sombra artwork further suggests that this is leaked character art. But the difference here is, unlike the Sombra image, this really doesn't confirm anything. We're nowhere close to certain on anything with regards to this. There are different ways to interpret this, and this is the best evidence we've ever gotten that the Necromancer is coming to, be it Diablo 3 or a new Diablo game. But we'll find out for sure in a couple days. Quick reminder to follow me on Twitter. I'll be live tweeting at Blizzcon the hell out of every major announcement. Gonna be keeping you guys up to date on everything. I guarantee you the second that, be it Sombra, be it the Necromancer, any of that stuff is officially announced, I'll be all over that. I'll be tweeting images whenever possible. Remember, Blizzcon, November 4th and 5th, this coming Friday and Saturday. Now, what do you guys think about all these leaks? Are any of you still unconvinced that this is Sombra? Do you think the Necromancer class is coming to Diablo 3? Do you think this means an expansion or just a big patch 2.5? Or do you think it's for Diablo 4? Let's hear your thoughts, and don't forget to check back next week for my full BlizzCon coverage videos. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch and Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. Check out these other videos, and subscribe to join Rhykkers Raiders to stay up to date on Overwatch and Diablo news.
This just in, breaking news. As of today, September 30th, it has been announced that Season 7 will end on Friday, October 14th, and Season 8 will begin Friday, October 21st. What could this premature ending of Season 7 signify? What could the lack of PTR and abrupt start of Season 8 mean?